Well, and some more breaking news coming in, and the latest in the case of Mumbai's high-rise that caught fire on Wednesday. We are given to understand that the building did not have a no objection certificate by the fire department. Government sources have revealed that fire department did not even give NOC because the building did not have an OC. These are some again glaring lapses that are coming to light. Remember, earlier we were given to understand how this particular building did not have an occupancy certificate, which was one of the glaring lapses, and now the NOC was also not given by the fire department, clearly indicating how there were various serious lapses there. In fact, the fire department had also mentioned how the electricity duct in every floor was open, that facilitated the spread of fire. Almost 4 lives which were lost during that blaze that was engulfed at the Crystal Tower. Also, another important aspect there, the firefighting system in the building was not working. Primarily, one of the reasons perhaps why the NOC was never given to this building, because it did not even have an occupancy certificate. There are some various allegations there leveled against the builder, who is now under custody. Remember, this is the fire that broke out at around 8:30 a.m. 2 days back and claimed the lives of 4 people, while several others were injured. And after that, there were several grave lapses that were reported on how this building did not even have proper firefighting system in the building, which wasn't working. The electricity duct were not fixed in proper floors, and the building's electricity duct was not sealed at each floor level, which was a major cause of fire and dense smoke that spread to the upper floors of the building. We also were given to understand how this particular building, the Crystal Tower building, did not even have an occupancy certificate, which is important before even for the residents to get in. Despite not having an occupancy certificate for this building, water and electricity was supplied to all the residents. There were approximately 58 occupants in this building. Further inputs getting in, my colleague Disha now joins me. Disha, all the more reasons we're looking at. Not only did this building not have an occupancy certificate, because of that there was no NOC that was also given by the fire officials.
Well, absolutely. Serious lapses and violations here coming to light as far as the Crystal Tower is concerned here in Mumbai. Exactly 2 days after the incident where 4 people were killed and over 23 people were injured. And serious lapses. Firstly, like you rightly pointed out, the building did not have an occupancy certificate. And secondly, the building did not have a fire NOC, no objection certificate. This is the grievance at the second most important lapse and violation that has been found. In fact, this has been confirmed to us by the fire officers in the fire brigade department to us here on Mirror Now, and in fact there was no fire audit certification as well that the building had. So over and above, it's been 5 years that almost 58 flats were occupied there in the particular building in 2013 and 2018. 5 years people have been living there without an OC, that's the occupancy certificate. People have been living there without a fire NOC, that's non-objection certificate. And we also confirmed this with the BMC's building proposal department as well. They also confirmed this to us that if the building does not have an NOC or the OC, they are not recognized on municipal records as well as fire brigade. So these are some serious lapses that have come to light. And we also know for the fact, Apurva, the major reason why 4 people were killed is because the firefighting systems were not working in most of the floors, which actually led to the fire spread to so many floors. So that's the reason here. It was very important for us also to know that whether the society did any sort of fire audit or not, and now it has been confirmed that no sort of fire NOC was issued to this particular building in concern.
But Disha, as you're pointing out, this building did not have an occupancy certificate. This building did not have a no objection certificate from the fire department. This building was not registered in the municipal records. How is it that 58 occupants who were in this building, there was constant supply of electricity and water then?
Well, absolutely. That's something which is really a big question here, Apurva, because it's been 5 years that this particular building was functioning without having an OC, without having a fire on NOC, and still they continue to get the water supply and the said electricity. Here, it is very important to know that if a building does not have an OC, they should not have a power supply or water supply also for that matter. So this is something which is the biggest question here. None of the BMC officers were really aware whether this particular said building has been functioning without an OC for the past 2 years, because in 2016 they had sent across a notice, but after that there was no follow-up or check done whatsoever. So that's the reason here it is. And even more shocking is the fact, Apurva, that 50% of the buildings here in Mumbai have the similar conditions, and this is the story that we broke yesterday as well, without having an OC by the BMC. So this is the state of affair at this point in time. It is not only one Crystal Tower, but so many lives here.
These are ticking time bombs that people of Mumbai are living on. Absolutely. These are ticking time bombs that people in Mumbai are living on. Whose responsibility is it, Disha? On one hand, while the builders, it is the builders' responsibility to an extent to ensure that they have the occupancy certificate. But where does the onus lie? Is this an indication of a larger collusion of across levels?
Well, absolutely. Multiple agencies are definitely responsible for this, be it the BMC or be it even the fire brigade department for that matter. And of course, builder is the biggest culprit here, because the builder, knowing that he does not have an OC, he did go and sold all the 58 flats in the building. And even after 5 years, even after getting the notice, he did not really ask the residents to vacate, which was exactly mentioned in the notice in a week's time. So there are multiple agencies here that have to be involved and actively involved in seeing that which are the buildings who do not really have an OC, which are the buildings who do not have a fire NOC, and why it is very important to keep a check on all the notices that have been sent by the BMC to these developers here in concern. It's just that once the notice has been sent, no follow-up or no check has been done whatsoever, and that's the reason we are seeing the kind of incident that happened in Crystal Tower. And now the situation is even more worse, Apurva, because in the past 5 years, the BMC has managed to clear and issue OCs to only 2,100. Only 2,100. So that's the very small number here in the past 5 years. And there are 49,000 applications still pending at the building proposal department. So here it is very important to know it is not only one Crystal Tower here where serious violations have been found, but 50% of buildings here in Mumbai have similar cases, which the BMC is very well aware of.
Absolutely. 50% of the buildings are the urban death trap in the city of Mumbai, with almost 49,000 buildings in Mumbai not having an occupancy certificate. In this particular case, the Crystal Tower that claimed 4 lives, it did not even have an NOC from the fire department. Many thanks, Disha, for getting us those details.